Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Divinely Transformed. My name is Lisa, and whether you're new or returning, I am glad that you're here. Welcome to your daily reading for July 25th, 2022. I just say that, but it's just for documentation purposes because these readings really are timeless. They could resonate at any time. That's just for me to date them. Also, please keep in mind that this is a general public reading, so some, none, or all of it may apply to your situation. So just take what resonates and leave the rest. Also, keep in mind that time is fluid and not linear, which means that for each individual person watching, that means this could have already happened, this could be happening right now, or this could happen in the future. Also, keep in mind that we all have free will to change the outcome of any reading at any time for any reason. Then we would just get blessings or karma accordingly. The universe handles all that. And we deal with that. It's a learning system. Karma. Blessings is karma, but it's the good kind. Anyhow, how y'all doing today? I'm doing good. I am getting ready to get my cell phone fixed. I'm excited. I've been waiting 2 months to have this done. I just needed a ride. Took me 2 months to find a ride to the next town. But I finally found one. I'm going to get to do that in a couple hours. So I'm going to go ahead and get this reading out of the way. And, yeah. So, I don't know, maybe something just, something came through recently that maybe you needed to do for a long time and it recently just came through, and if so, awesome. But for others, this isn't such a good time because they're losing their shit with the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. They can't keep anything balanced. Everything's falling apart. But yeah, someone's definitely losing their minds because we have the Three of Wands, we have the Two of Cups reversed, and we have the Three of Pentacles reversed. So this is either saying that someone's losing their mind because someone is, they're planning for the future and they're planning to break up and not collaborate with this person anymore. This could also mean that they're just waiting to do it. So, I don't know. But then we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Queen of Wands. So this is why. So this is a karmic energy losing their minds because the Divine Masculine is either planning or waiting to break this disharmonious union up and no longer collaborate with it because they want to give their commitment, this pentacle, their emotions, their commitment, and everything else to this Empress here, who was the Queen of Wands. Very attractive Empress, who was very creative and passionate, spiritual, hard worker. They're just full of energy and full of life. Clarifying the Two of Pentacles in the reverse is the Nine of Cups reverse. So they're not only losing their shit because they're not happy. They're disappointed because shit didn't turn out the way that they thought that it would. Because this person really, really, really needs to heal. They're very low vibrational. The Nine of Cups in the reverse, they're very greedy. They hoard emotions and possessions to themselves. So, hold on a second. Clarifying the Nine of Cups in the reverse. We have the King of Wands in the reverse. Wait, that's not how that came out. Yeah, this came out first. And then these came out together with that. And then these two things. Okay. I got them mixed up. My bad. So, clarifying the Nine of Cups in the reverse is the Lovers with the Ace of Wands. So, I'm really getting that this is like a multiple lover situation. Like, this is a choice between two or more, but I really feel like this is a situation that, like, the karmic, they're under judgment for being very cavalier with their sexual energy and having multiple lovers. But at the same time, this is like a mirrored energy because they were very cavalier and had multiple lovers. The divine masculine, they weren't happy with that situation. And so they're mirroring that with, they want to give their commitment, their emotions, their protection, their energy and stability to this Empress over here, who is shown up as the Queen of Wands here, because this Emperor is now making a healthy choice in love. And this is who the Emperor is passionate about. This is who they're attracted to, this Queen of Wands. But the Queen of Wands here is the Page of Wands. They're a messenger. And whatever it is that the Queen of Wands said was blocked by the King of Wands in the reverse, because they didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to believe it. They couldn't or wasn't willing to make a decision. They were in stagnation. And they're showing up as the King of Wands in the reverse because it disempowered them. They wanted to control the situation. They wanted to manipulate the situation. They didn't know what they wanted. They chose wrong. They chose incorrect because they were blocked. They were blindfolded. They didn't want to take off their blindfold. They didn't want to see the truth for what it was. So they blocked all of the messages from the Queen of Wands, however these messages transpired, whether they were in person, whether they were on a platform, or whatever. But there was always this choice, and there was always this love and this passion here. But this Emperor, they weren't in their power and authenticity or authority. And they chose to stay blindfolded mentally and emotionally to the messages. And they're really disappointed with that, with the Nine of Cups in the reverse. They wish that they would have listened. But they were very low vibrational with the Nine of Cups in the reverse, with the King of Wands in the reverse. Perhaps they were in their lower sacral energy. They were consumed by passions and lust and didn't want to hear the messages. And now they're disappointed. They wish they would have. But, this is someone who is thinking about all of this, and they're coming back around to make the right choice, the decision that they always wanted to make. But they were stopped by their immaturity. Because really, it just kind of boils down to fear. And then it led to the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. It led to a lot of losses for the divine masculine who didn't know that they were divine masculine, and the karmic feminine. There's a lot of losses going on. Opportunities, money, finances, jobs, health, relationships, marriages, like just sudden changes of events here. Clarifying the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, which is Sagittarius energy. We also have Gemini, Libra, Taurus on the board in majors so far. But now we have Scorpio, Aries, and Aquarius here. Divine masculine wants a brand new life. They're taking a leap of faith into their brand new life, while the karmic feminine doesn't want anything to change despite the misfortune. But then we have yeah, we'll get into that in a second. Okay, so the Eight of Wands in reverse with the Hermit in the upright. So this is saying that someone's getting blocked and someone's getting left out in the cold, whether it is the Scorpio or the Aquarius or the Aries. Someone's moving forward, someone's getting left behind. Someone is getting, is getting blocked and being put into hermit mode, solitude. And they don't want to be in hermit mode or solitude. They don't want to be blocked. Because this is why. Because they're going to have nothing but time to sit and focus and think about and meditate about all of their immature bullshit. Their Page of Cups. This is the karmic energy. But, the Emperor had their time to dwell on this too. This could be happening past, present, or future. The karmic is doing this past, present, or future. But someone has definitely done this, and this has been mirrored. Reflecting, focusing, and meditating on how childish and manipulative someone was. On how unapologetic that their actions are. They either refuse to apologize or they apologize all the time, and the behavior goes unchanged. This is someone who is extremely emotionally manipulative, childish, and nasty. And yeah, that's why they don't want to be blocked and in hermit mode, because they're going to have all this time to sit and think about all their bullshit. And that's exactly what's going to happen, because judgment has been called upon this situation, and the karmic fucked up. They did all this bad shit. The divine masculine, they did some bad shit too. They know that they fucked up, and at least they're willing to man up and make shit right. The karmic isn't even willing to do that. They just want to keep shit continuing. The divine masculine wants to break the cycle and, do something new. There's a big difference between them. That's why the divine masculine is coming into their divinity, while the karmic is just going more and more and more into their lower vibrational, evil, toxic ways here. And we're seeing that here with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Someone who was greedy, toxic, very much focused on money, possessions, just very much overly focused on someone else's money, because the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, they don't make their own money. They're financially dependent. They're a greedy gold digger here. But there's an end being brought to the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Whether the universe is completely ending her life and she's transitioning into the next, because that could very well happen. But it doesn't have to be that. It could just be that Divine Masculine is just putting an end to all of the betrayals of the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. The karmic spouse who is overly focused on money and possessions here. Emperor's putting it into that. And then we have justice for the Queen of Pentacles and the upright and strength. So this is saying that the Emperor is ending that situation with the karmic and bringing justice to the Queen of Pentacles and the upright, because whatever this justice is, they deserve it, because they're not out there overly focused on other people's money. They're not financially dependent and doing a whole bunch of shady shit to get the pentacles. This is someone who works hard for their own money. This person isn't focused on making money, and this person isn't focused on taking care of their home and family. And so this energy is just no longer in alignment with the Emperor. This energy is, because this energy is all about justice and fairness. Someone who is, just focused on work, home, and family, who is very loyal, who is very, strong-willed, very forgiving, very compassionate. They're not a victim. They take accountability for their actions. They don't point the finger at other people. So the karmic justice here is that the blessing goes from a karmic Queen of Pentacles to a divine Queen of Pentacles. And it was always meant to happen. We have Libra and Leo on the board in majors so far. And we have the Five of Pentacles. So the karmic is definitely left out. You're being ignored, alienated, left behind, in poverty, homeless, and in poor physical health, and definitely ignored, blocked, and abandoned. Clarified by the Five of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Wands in the reverse, because, the Emperor surrendered this. What did the Emperor surrender whenever they surrendered the karmic? The third party situation, the unhappy partying and sex and all of that. They also surrendered giving and providing to the karmic. Who was this? Knight of Pentacles with the King of Swords in the reverse. This is the Divine Masculine that did this for a long time, didn't say shit, or they lied. They were either silent or they lied. Either way, it's a lie, because when you're silent, you're lying by omission. When you're lying, you're just lying. You're not in your integrity. You're not in your authority. You don't have boundaries. You let this karmic walk all over you. You were a doormat. You didn't have boundaries with them. And this had went on for a very long time with the Knight of Pentacles. But all of a sudden now, some shit's being said. No longer is the Divine Masculine the King of Swords in the reverse. They are all four kings, because how they become all four kings is when they speak up, stand up for themselves, and create boundaries for themselves. When the divine masculine finds their voice, they find they truly are the emperor, after all. Clarifying the Five of Pentacles is the Ten of Cups in the reverse. So this is definitely being estranged from a home and family situation that is very unhappy anyway. Clarifying the Ten of Cups in the reverse is the Moon, the Cancerian energy, of course. Always full of secrets, lies, fears, illusions. Always messing with everybody else's subconscious, unconsciously here. Whatever. But the karmic, the Cancerian karmic, they're in defeat here. They're not victorious. They're not successful. And they're actually receiving a lot of public humiliation here. And it is the karmic that is coming up as the Emperor in the reverse. So the Emperor in the reverse, it doesn't have to be a man. It could be a woman in this energy. But this was how they were being the Emperor in reverse. Very, very controlling and manipulating, oppressive, childish, dominating. They were doing this with this Knight of Cups in the reverse energy. Very love bombing. This is narcissism and love bombing. Manipulating a situation with emotions and love, but the love isn't there. They don't have any love in them. They have nothing to offer. Anything that they're offering is a lie and is an illusion, because their cup is empty. They have nothing to give. Because they have nothing to give. It's all about taking. They have their hand out for their money. They have their vagina out for their body power up. You know, they need the money and the energy to keep going. And this is their MO. They're very seductive to get what they want. They use their bodies. And this is how they manipulate and control. Through sex, through emotional attachments, through children. You know, anything that's an emotional attachment, they will use it against the Emperor. And that was very effective manipulation tactic. This is how they this is how they run their family. This isn't just how they treat their husband here, this karmic wife. They treat their children like this and everybody in their life. They wanted to keep the truth about themselves very distorted. They wanted to keep the divine masculine confused and unhappy within this family dynamic. That we got the Ten of Cups in the reverse twice. These are two people that are very unhappy within the family dynamic. But one's trying to control the situation to keep it going for money and energy, while keeping the other one confused about the truth. Keep them in a lack of clarity. Keep them thinking, and overthinking. Give them all these options so they're confused about what the truth is. It's really just a lot of bullshit. Judgment in the reverse. So everybody that is involved in this situation is under karmic judgment here. Getting karma here. We have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So the masculine energy's decision in all of this is just to give up on the karmic, release them, let them go, get this divorce. And whenever they do, this karmic is, in this Eight of Swords energy. Spiritual jail, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, financially, legally, entrapped in something. So take it how it resonates for you, leave the rest, but on some level, or maybe all levels, the karmic will be in this Eight of Swords energy. Very much trapped here. Because the Emperor here that is releasing them, the Four of Pentacles energy, they're learning, trying, and doing something new and creating an end to this situation here, because the karmic is here with all in their 77 glory. And this isn't the good kind of 77. This is the bad kind. This is the karmic kind, because the karmic had invested in lies, theft, deception, and trickery. And that is why they're getting left. These marriages are over. These jobs are over. The karmics are just losing. Relationships, money, jobs, homes. They're losing it all. And it was because of the energy that they invested in. And they invested in it for a long time. Years. Years. The more that they got away with, the more that they did. Because, it didn't start out with full blast trickery all at once. You start off little by little. You put one pentacle of a lie, a trickery out there, and you another pentacle, you steal something, whatever. It happens a little bit over time. But this is all about self-deception. The karmic had deceived themselves into thinking that, all of their lies, their theft, their deception, and their trickery was actually going to reap them rewards. It reaped them the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Clarifying Judgment in the reverse is the Ace of Wands in the reverse. They're being rejected. The masculine energy is no longer attracted to them. There's no passion, there's no sex, there's no interest, there's no spark, there's no anything. It's dead. Clarifying the Ace of Wands in the reverse is the Queen of Cups in the reverse, with the Knight of Wands in the reverse, with the Ace of Cups in the reverse. So there's no love, there's no attraction for this Queen of Cups in the reverse, who was very emotionally manipulative, emotionally unavailable. They're very selfish. They're over emotional because they're insecure about themselves. And whenever someone is insecure about themselves, they're unsure. They don't know what they want. And their sexual energy is all over the place. Their anger emotions are all over the place. This is someone who can't keep their rage tamed or their sexual emotions contained. This is also someone who is extremely violent and abusive, as well as emotionally neglectful, manipulative, abusive, whatever. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Then we have the High Priestess in the reverse with the Seven of Wands in the upright with Judgment. So someone's making the good decision that they're being called, guided, and led to reveal the things that they had been keeping from you before, whether through silence or lies, doesn't matter, it's all lies. But now they're revealing hidden truths to you now. And they're standing up for this shit. Because they're the King of Swords in the upright. They're creating boundaries. They're standing up for themselves and they're liberating themselves. So this is a story of a karmic getting left behind in the Five of Pentacles energy, being estranged by a divine masculine, because the divine masculine is sick of your shit. They're sick of the sex addiction. They're sick of the abuse. They're sick of the emotional manipulation. They're sick of the lies. They're sick of the spell work. Oh yeah, because the Knight of Wands in the reverse is someone who does black magic too. Because they're so unconfident with themselves that they just have to way overly control situations here. Behind the scenes with this Moon card here. Words and people lie all the time, but energy does not. I really think it took this divine masculine a long time to get the blinders off of their eyes to see the karmic for who they truly are, were, whatever, so that they can move forward with victory and success and no longer be stuck. They set themselves free. But this is karmic justice. The karmic is this is their destiny to be abandoned, in poverty, homeless, and in poor physical health, because they really have a lot of lessons to learn here. They need to take all of this energy and balance this shit out. Because that's why the Wheel of Fortune is not in the favor of the karmic, because they just did too much. And the only thing that can happen is endings for the karmic. Because they're meant to learn many valuable spiritual lessons from this. And they can only do this alone. In silence. Because silence really is golden. It's healing. And the silence has a funny way of showing a person just really who they truly are in their soul. Because this is someone who is an adult, who's married with children, but, they're not loving, caring, or nurturing. Because they're not really the Queen of Cups in their soul. They're really the Page of Cups in their soul. They might be an adult with all of this other stuff, but they're very, very childish, evil, immature, selfish, self-absorbed. They're in a fantasy land. This is someone who thinks that it's okay to play on other people's emotions. It's okay to not be sorry for anything that you've done. It's okay, but it's not. That's why this person needs to be separated, because they're in reverse. They're mentally ill. They're definitely emotionally ill. And they really need to have this time alone for a new perspective. It's not about punishment at all, but it feels like it, because it fucking hurts to go through an ending. The ending of a marriage, relationship, a job, friendships, whatever. Endings are hard. No one wants to go through an ending. Especially, it feels worse when it's justified. When it's just the right thing to do. It hurts that much more when you know you deserve it. But this is a time for the karmic to have the opportunity to come to the realization that yes, they really do deserve it, because they're in that victim mentality. They think that they don't deserve it. They have to be alone to see it from a different perspective. To realize that everything that had happened was a direct result of the choices they had made. Taking accountability for their actions, which is something that they don't do. They haven't. They've never been able to do that. Why? Because they're still like a child. They were never taught this. They're incapable of really being apologetic for the shit that they do. Because they need to learn this lesson. It can only be learned in isolation and solitude. So this is the start of that opportunity for the karmics here. Remember, karmics, this isn't happening to you, but it sucks. It's happening for you. It's giving you an opportunity to learn from your mistakes. If you choose to. Because God doesn't force us to do anything. He'll just give us more karma. Well, no, more like the universe will, because God is pretty much independent of the universal karmic system. He can't interfere with it. There's like rules that God has to abide by, and that's one of them. It's the karmic system. So the universe regulates all the, and I'm talking about the planets. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. They all have a function. They all have a function for each individual soul on the planet to help govern us. That's what astrology is all about. We got Quanaz here. It came in the reverse, but it's only because the divine masculine here, they're Ace of Wands in reverse. They're no longer attracted to. They're just rejecting this karmic because there's no love, there's no passion, there's no attraction. But there is love, passion, and attraction here. For this Empress here. And this is the energy that the Emperor is being guided on, is Quanaz right now, by the fire energy. Getting shit done. Tapping into their spirituality. Tapping into their sacral energy in a more healthy way. Or wanting to. Quanaz. It means torch, and the key word is passion. The rune is tied to fire, which is at once carrier of light and heat, but also destruction. Now, the Emperor learned a very valuable lesson about fire energy. You have to be responsible with it. Because fire energy, you can be a shining light to someone. You can be inspiring. You can bring heat. You can bring warmth and comfort and hard work to something. But you can also do too much with it. And with lust, you can destroy. Fire energy can be destructive when it's mishandled and misused. So anyone with fire in their chart, it's their personal responsibility to be responsible with their fire energy, because whenever they're not responsible with it, they get karma. Just think about it for a second. We have to be very responsible with fire in general. Like, there's fire safety. Okay? So if we have fire safety, mechanisms that, lighters on, safety guards on lighters to keep them from lighting on their own. Okay? If we have fire safety plans in place with corporations and institutions, we should have a fire safety course for humans with fire energy. Because you need to learn how to be responsible with that fire energy, because you could destroy a lot of people's feelings, their lives, their livelihoods with fire energy by misusing it inappropriately in the Emperor in reverse kind of fashion. It's irresponsible. It's unethical. It's immoral. It's unsafe. Think about it from that perspective. A young torchbearer with 2 torches in hand, and the flame that burns illuminates the wishes of the youth who is full of passion and enthusiasm. That's the high vibrational aspects of this card. Being so inspired and burning with illuminating wishes and passion and enthusiasm and feeling like a kid again, taking that leap of faith into something brand new, exciting, adventurous, passionate. Each time that something new enters our lives, youthful energies are set in motion. And our gaze is illuminated by prospects that we had not taken into consideration before. But we must not allow ourselves to be blinded by illusions or overly devouring passions. The karmic, they're definitely blinded by illusions and overly devouring passions. Male or female. Valuable karmic lesson. It takes time to reflect, to accept, to take accountability, to heal, to change, to grow. Let's reflect on how the strength of desire becomes part of our life and transforms it. Are we able to achieve what we want, or do our dreams become a destructive force? The Emperor no longer wants to have their dreams be a destructive force by allowing the Karmic to take their dreams away from them. Are our ambitions commensurate with our potential? Fuck no here. And yes for the divine masculine energy, because they're stepping into their divinity. They're stepping into their potential, while the other is not. Quanaz increases our vitality, makes us resourceful, and is excellent in regards to emotional issues. Well, this is definitely an emotional issue. It just needs to be handled responsibly. The only way to handle this is by moving forward. The true masculine energy will move forward with victory and success. Move forward, take charge. Wow, the Karmic is left behind, alienated, alone, isolated, in poverty, homeless, and in poor physical health. But it's karma. And whenever we get karma, it's our responsibility to balance it out and eliminate it by learning the spiritual lesson so we can improve and grow and expand. And if someone doesn't do that, then they're failing their potential as a human. And bad things happen there. So that's what I have for y'all for today. I hope y'all have a wonderful day today. So I'm going to do my best to at least start the water signs today after I get back. But they will be finished this week. It'll be squeezed and sandwiched in somehow. This is a limited week for me. Most of the videos will be pre-recorded, so keep up with that. Just realize that. And they will be pre-recorded and scheduled. a lot of them. So you'll notice that I'm wearing the same clothes in a bunch of them. That's because I'm working ahead, because I have to work this week. So anyhow, I hope y'all have a great week this week. And, if you don't, then I really hope that y'all can learn to see it from a higher perspective. That there's a higher reason that this is all happening. And it's only right and fair. So now, the only way to make things right is for you to do what's right and fair. To make things right. Doing the hard work to getting out of the karmic mess that you find yourself in. But these karmics definitely, have the free will to not do anything at all, which would be absolutely foolish. But y'all are being invited to really, really, really take a look at yourselves and learn and grow from this. And you can take an invitation or you can leave it. No one's forcing anyone. But know that you rescind this invitation, You will regret it, whether you believe it now or you come to believe it in the future whenever you're finding it all out, because you're foolish and you didn't take opportunities that you had when you had the chance. So I do urge and encourage y'all karmics out there that are watching to think about it like that too. Because there will come a day when it's too late, that you can't repent. And I don't know when that day is. You don't either. Anyhow, have a wonderful day. Thank y'all for supporting my work and my channel in all the ways that you do. I really appreciate y'all very much. Thank you for reciprocating my energy with me. I'll talk to y'all soon.